Hello and welcome to the Lunchtime News. I am Rhoda Ngozi. We will dig into it. Ginger Catholic Diocese has lined up a number of activities in order to leave a memorable mark in this year's celebration of Martyrs' Day. The Diocese this Sunday conducted their last public rehearsals ahead of 3rd June celebrations.
Martyrs' Day celebrations at Namugongo Catholic Shrine will be animated by Ginger Diocese from Eastern Uganda, and preparations are in high gear.
The National Fellowship of Born Again Pentecostal Church has rejected a report by the Human Rights.
Those who participate in the choir are already having vigorous training. Be it men or women, young or old, they will sing in different tones and language. This and more is what Ginger Catholic Diocese intends to bring to Namugongo Shrine in a few days' time. The choir of over 600 members and priests has on Sunday 21st May 2023 been conducting their final public training for this year's Martyrs' Day celebrations at Namugongo.
From the international point of view and the Ugandan point of view, and from the Busoga point of view. So basically everybody will be in the liturgy.
This has been an event hosted at Rubaga Hill Cathedral in Jinja City.
As on the look of things now, we are at 75% to get ready to Namugongo. We ably have a week which we are going to extensively work out in a few things. And you know, this is a big challenge. Like for our dancers, this is going to be their first opportunity.
As Jinja City, I feel this is an opportunity for people to know more about us, because as I'm speaking, even in Kampala, everywhere, everybody knows that it is Jinja City leading. So I take this opportunity to advertise. We are using this opportunity to advertise our city.
Ginger Diocese is to be captained to Namugongo by Right Reverend Charles Martini Wamika.
We came to Busoga here.
This year's Martyrs' Day celebrations will be marked under the theme, Lord, increase my faith.
Now, the challenge is that we also go there, and with our little faith, we also contribute, also share that little faith with the people who will be there.
These men and women from the East are very much sure that this year's Martyrs' Day animation will be pleasantly exceptional and unmatched.
Now we are going to combine culture and Catholic values, all in one. So you are going to see Busoga's culture being painted.
It has always been said several times that the wise came from the East, and for this case, Ginger Diocese, which comes from the eastern parts of the country, is saying, after nearly 20 years of absence from Namugongo preparations, they are coming back come 3rd June this year, 2023. For this case, they're inviting you to come and witness the best from the wise from the East. I'm Robert Onyango UBC News, Jinja City.
And Minister for Transport and Works, General Edward Katumba Wamala, has said the contractor has started on transport works on Masaka Road, with the road to be completed soon. The minister was on his journey to Masaka on MV Victoria.
The Minister of Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, has today left for Masaka using the MV Nodil Victoria. The minister assured Ugandans that works along Masaka Road have commenced and the road will soon be back into operation.
We are already started the contractor again to Chikola. Era kola Twitter mobilization. Aleta equipment to site atandike.
This follows concerns over the delay in the construction works, and the minister said the contractor has started. The MV Nodil Victoria sails from Masaka and was set up to ease transportation.
Okay, meri twagitekawo kugezaako kuyamba mu mbeera eyabeerawo nga tulowooza nti yinza okukendeezaako ku buzibu bw'abantu mu ntambula. Tatasobola kuyita eri ng'ababadde balinnyanga zi taxi. Tebwaba asobola okutuuka wano Entebbe ne bamuwungula wano kubanga wali okuva ebukakata okutuuka Masaka oluguudo kawerette dakiika 2 oba otuuse. Era ndooza abantu twakiteekawo nga kugezaako kuyamba naye ate kirabika abantu kakati ate bakyagadde.
Abuwanika, an official on the ship, says they are now getting large numbers to Masaka.
Obungi bw'abantu bweyongedde ate abantu bali mu kugamba nti beetaaga emmeri eno ebeereko eno route. So that's why abantu babadde bajjanga beeyongerako buli kanaku bajja beeyongera buli kanaku bajja beeyongera era tetumanyi ngeri ki gye tusinza kukikolamu. Abantu juzi okwosejjo abantu babadde bangi nnyo naye wabula abantu abamu twakakanye nga tulina baleka abantu abamu era bagendedde kwemuvi Kangala basobole osula Kalangala then bagendewa ebukakata.
The sailors shared their experience of sailing with MV Victoria.
Our whole week, and they are requesting that even when the Katonga Road is fixed, they still want to travel with us. They still want this ship to continue working with them. Abantu bayagadde engero gye batambulamu era abasinga basaba nti singa emmeeri eno esigalirawo ddala nebanga ebasaabaza okuva ebukakata.
Bakoze kirungi nnyo era twagala balijjo kubanga batuvuze bulungi, tutambudde bulungi, tewaliwo buzibu.
Y'oku mazzi batugonderezaamu ebisale nga tubadde tutambulira emitwalo 4 ku 5 ku 7 naye kati wano tutambulira mutwalo gumu n'ekitundu.
The National Fellowship of Born-Again Pentecostal Church has rejected a report by the Human Rights Commission accusing churches of involvement in human rights violations against their followers. The clergy said the report was inaccurate and may have been aimed at tarnishing their image.
On Friday this week, the Uganda Human Rights Commission released a report detailing how Pentecostal churches are allegedly involved in human rights violations against believers.
Netugamba waliwo abakulembeze b'eddiini abamu abakozesa obubi amaanyi ge balina nga abakulembeze mu ddiini okuwuddisa abantu abagoberezi baabwe.
The National Fellowship of Born-Again Leadership has, however, denied the contents of the report.
If there are 1 or 2 pastors who have erred, and we have always said these structures discipline our pastors when they go wrong, and any pastor who is involved in any criminal case, the law will take charge.
We don't violate human rights. And when it comes to leadership, where they said we don't have leadership to guide us, that is not true. We have leadership right from the local church the sub-county, we have provinces, provincial leaders, we have regional leaders, we have district leaders, up to the national level.
The spokesperson of born-again Pentecostal churches, Richard Magongo, says they have a leadership led by Bishop Dr. Moses Odongo and will not allow churches to violate their rights.
So one cannot allege, one cannot say that the Pentecostals do not have leadership. We have leadership. We've changed leadership 4 times with the Archbishop. Our outgoing Archbishop is Bishop Joshua Rere. Our current Archbishop is Bishop Dr. Odong.
Magongo and Bishop Frederick Wafula said the report was not consulted before it was published. They said they will go to the Human Rights Commission to take their complaint to the commission.
So when someone comes up and says, we lead in violating human rights, we are not regulated, we do things our own way, we lead in corruption, that is not true at all. And we stand to reject that report. We are ready to have a face-to-face with the Human Rights Commission.
And if the Human Rights has found anything, they should submit that information to us and we shall deal with the people concerned. We shall also go to Human Rights and present this report formally to them and also clear the record of the Pentecostals in Uganda.
Joseph Moyingo compiled this report.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details, Lunchtime News.
Ebiseera by'okuzzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripusi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu ya Uganda.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president. She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
The Resol Agribusiness Show is here under the theme Revolutionizing Agriculture through Value Addition, Innovation and Technology, scheduled for 13th to 16th June 2023 at Ohinga Stadium for Portrait Tourism City with a free medical camp running throughout the show. Entrance is totally free. To sponsor, partner and participate, contact 0702 301 059 or 0773 458-492 or 0773-301-059.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
In partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
Ocho, mwami musoke. Njosa nekusanga.
Ate chichi.
Munange, anti gwamanya kunyinyonyola ebintu by'emisolo bino n'embitegeera.
Ate chichi leero.
Mbadde ku dduuka ne mpulira ng'abakyala bagamba mbu tulina okwewandiisa mu nkola ya IFRIS.
Tukikolanga.
Kituufu
nnyo.
Mbadde sikimanyi nakyo.
Eyo y'enkola egenda okutuyamba okulwaninga bizinesi zaffe mu ngeri ya digital.
Etya.
Oba olina okuwandiisa bizinesi yo mu IFRIS osobola okumanya
muwendo gw'ebintu by'olina mu bizinesi yo, enfulumya n'ennyingiza mu bizinesi yo. Awo URA esobola okukola omulimu gwayo gw'emisolo obulungi.
Nedda mwami Musoke kyesitegeera. IFRIS eyingira etya mu bizinesi yange?
Kakati enkola ne IFRIS eyingiza bizinesi yo mu sisitemu ya URA kubanga tekyali kya buntu bulamu okugerekera omusolo ogutali mutuufu abateebereza buteebereza.
Ekyo kituufu ddala bannange, ekyo kituufu kubanga mazima obadde omusolo gubadde gwapaala bupaazi ng'ogenda n'osasula omusolo gw'otomanyiko omutwe n'amagulu kwegamba bambi nga tekiriiyo.
Olaba kakati ate n'ekirala IFRIS eyamba okukuuma ebiwandiiko bya bizinesi yo kuba biyinza okubulako, biyinza okukwata omuliro, naye kati wano IFRIS biba biri digitalized.
Bannange nekola ntya okwewandiisa?
Kyangu nnyo waludde dda. Okwewandiisa mu nkola ya IFRIS genda ku kibanja kya URA www.ura.go.ug awo olondeko e-invoicing awo no ogoberere endagiriro. URA tukulaakulanyize wamu Uganda.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Welcome back. And now in business news, the setting up of a Trade Remedies Committee has been recommended as a lasting solution to the recurrence of trade disagreements in the East African Community region. The recommendation comes in the wake of increased denial of goods access to some East African member states, including milk from Uganda to Kenya. The East African Legislative Assembly Chapter Chairperson for Uganda, Rhoda Ngozi, says the committee will facilitate implementation of the Non-Tariff Barriers Act in all member states.
The denial of Uganda's milk access to the Kenyan market is one setback that has attracted more alarms than whispers. According to Ugandan traders, goods have perished, losses have been made, jobs have been lost, and milk processing companies are on the verge of closure.
This week, and even the subsequent week to follow, the milk prices could drop further to about 400, even 300. This will subject the milk industry, the dairy industry, a very serious shock.
In early 2021, Uganda's maize was equally denied access to the Kenyan market. They cited quality factors reportedly arising from aflatoxin infections.
When they are hungry, there is no aflatoxin. You see, when there is scarcity in Kenya, there is no aflatoxin. But the moment they sniff that there is some maize somewhere that they would want to import or bring into the Kenyan market, they begin to say the Ugandan maize is aflatoxin. I think it's a very unfair business practice.
A solution could be in the offing. The East African Community Committee on Trade Remedies is established under Article 24 of the Customs Union Protocol. It is meant to find solutions to any trade disagreements that may arise between any East African member states.
this Trade Remedies Committee should be empowered to be able to assess the implementation of the Non-Tariff Barriers Act in all the partner states, so that where there is there is a breach in the law, they should be able to investigate and be able to provide remedial action.
It is required that the committee be composed of 9 members. The figure was arrived at the time the ESC had only 3 members.
So you have people who are coming from the bureaus of standard bureaus of the different partner states. We have people from customs, experts from customs. You have experts from those that are going to look at phytosanitary requirements. So there was really very specific requirements for those who would be part of that committee. Now, because of the increasing number of partner states, this committee would eventually become so bloated.
The republics of Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania were the original members of the East African Community at its revival in 1999. Rwanda and Burundi joined in July 2007, South Sudan in August 2016, and more recently, Democratic Republic of Congo in July 2022.
The intra-trade in Europe is over 70% in the European Union. It's about over 70%. In East Africa, intra-trade is at 13%, courtesy of these non-tariff barriers, but most importantly, the failure to understand and appreciate what integration means.
It is on this basis that the East African Community Council of Ministers is being called upon to establish the Trade Remedies Committee.
Our suspicion is that there are people who feel that once we constitute this committee, it will remove their mandates and it will remove, it will weaken their roles and it will shift their roles and concentrate their powers in these committees. So it's like a tough, we are dealing with undeclared tough wars. And I think it is very unprincipled.
The ESC is home to an estimated 283.7 million citizens, of which over 30% live in urban areas. The region is blessed with a land area of 4.8 million square kilometers and a combined gross domestic product of $305.3 billion US. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Sudan's army is resisting an attempt by paramilitaries to advance towards its main airbase near the capital, Khartoum. The airfield is used by the military to carry out airstrikes on Rapid Support Forces, RSF, and was also used by foreign governments to evacuate their nationals earlier on in the conflict. The fighting comes despite the announcement of a new 7-day truce. Previous ceasefires have collapsed within minutes of being called. A US-Saudi statement said the latest truce would come into effect on Monday evening and would be different as it provides for a ceasefire monitoring mechanism. The US and Saudi Arabia have been brokering talks between the army and the RSF in the Saudi city of Jeddah for the past 2 weeks in an attempt to end the conflict that broke out on 15th of April. Most people say the ceasefire would hold only if international monitors backed by United Nations peacekeepers are deployed.
If it happened that the rebel
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? Hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number, and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it?
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagements with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. Her reason to imagine is slay. His reason is to be the goat. Theirs is to take the beat and make it lit. They want to test edgy until it is fire. Their reason for imagination is to add riz in style. Her reason to imagine is finesse. And hers is to find what's new and bussin'. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
And now in sports, the Commissioner for Physical Education at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Reverend Canon Duncan Mugumya, has urged schools to maintain the standard of games competition to achieve their significance. He was officiating at the finals of the Uganda Secondary School Association, where St. Mary's School Chitende emerged victor after defeating St. Henry's Chitovu 1-0.
The Uganda Secondary Schools competitions have been hosted at Nyakashura School in Fort Portal City. At least 64 schools participated, where St. Mary's Chitende emerged victorious after beating St. Henry's Chitovu 1-0 in finals. The Mugumya Commissioner in charge of physical education, Reverend Canon Duncan, urged schools management to maintain standard for relevancy of these competitions.
Officially, we are supposed to have, we are the champions, and they invited 2 teams, so 2 plus the champion, those are 3. The 3 teams have qualified to play in Fiasa Games in Huye. Congratulations. But depending on the circumstances, we may invite an extra team. Depending on how other teams participate, we may invite an extra team, 1 or 2, depending on the circumstances.
3 schools that participated have qualified for World School Sports Football Championship in Morocco starting July this year.
And when it comes to putting sanity, I want to assure you of that. We are going to support you, and we shall weed and have the games clean. But as you know me, as a chairperson of all the teachers in Uganda, I want to assure you of one thing. We are not only going to weed non-students, but we are also going to weed the officiating officers who are very corrupt. I am not referring to these ones of today. They have done a good job, but it is my dream that games should end and the referee is not protected by security. We want to have the day when we shall end and shake hands peacefully.
Organizers have committed to upscaling discipline in these competitions.
I always repeat, when we meet the budget committee, when we meet the education committee, when we go to parliament, I have never seen my party in those when we are discussing sports. Every party supports the same. So let us give a very big hand clap to the government of Uganda. And obviously to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the peace, and to Mama for the support, and to Honorable State Ministers for the great support.
Well, that does it for Lunchtime News. Thank you for sticking with us. I am Rhoda Ngozi. Have yourselves a lovely afternoon.
Jerry,